bonked on the elbow Monday night. This is Brad Penny facing Derek Bell with 2 outs. 2-out hits are great. 3-run homer for Bell. 11th homer of the year. Mets up 5-0. Bottom 5, Mike Redmond with the bases chucked. There they are, full. Pat Mahomes, 6-5 Florida, and that, Melvin Mora, skillet. Cliff Floyd scores in the air. Marlins up 7-5. Next batter, Mark Smith, rips a 2 RBI single. You don't have to hit home runs to be effective. That'll work. Preston Wilson scoring. Derek Lee coming across. It's 9-5 Florida. The route is on. Well, maybe not. Top 9-9-7. Edgardo Alfonso off Antonio Alfonseca. Fonzie, get out. Mets within 1 on his 13th, 9-8. Bobby Valentine says, you know what, Mikey, go up there and pinch hit for me. Piazza, 21-game hitting streak, so you better come through or that's over. Over to third. And they don't get the runner at second, and Piazza, fielder's choice. Papa says, that's all right, you gave one up for the team, kid. Same inning, 2 on, 2 outs. Mora, will he atone for the error? No, he will strike out on 95-mile-an-hour cheese. Alfonseca says, let's eat, and the Marlins win it by a count of 9-8. Back from a 5-0 deficit to win their 5th straight, the Marlins
believes it was up. 2 pitches later, Maddox does get the strikeout. After the strikeout, Bobby Cox is still a bit upset about the terrible call. He gets into it with Cousins. It's an antonym, not a homonym! Cousins throws him out. And then it got really silly. The 2 come very close together. Cox comes up with the forearm. I guess he did anyway. 3-1, make it 2-1 in the 3rd. Greg Maddox fired up. Rondell White is too. Blast that thing. Maddox, the good reflex, gets White over at first. 3-1 is your score. 2 out. Chipper Jones against Dustin Hermanson. Oh, off the glove. Rondell White couldn't get it. Kilvio Alvarez, Andrew Jones score. Game tied at 3. By the way, there were no outs there. Just wanted to fix that part. Now we're in the 7th. 6-3 Braves leading this thing. Anthony Teleford against Chipper Jones. And even with derogatory credit, you can own a brand new car. His 20th, 7-3 Braves, and they win it by that very score. So Bobby Cox tossed for the 4th time this season. Probably inspired the guys or something. Chipper Jones, your National League starter, 3rd next week, drove in 3 with a homer and a double. And Greg Maddox returned to fine form. Made a killing in this one. It was bring your dog to the park. Dog dressed as a joker. Twins pitcher's a joke. Bernard Gilkey, first game with the Sox. Loop single to right. Jason Varitek scores. Red Sox lead it 3-1. Next batter, Manny Alexander. That's what I'm down to. 5-1 Red Sox. 2 on, 1 out for Gilkey. Doubles to right. That's into the vacancy. Morgan, Burkhart, Varitek, they both score. Red Sox lead it 7-1. Where were these dogs supposed to relieve themselves? 4th inning, Troy O'Leary against Jason Ryan. (11-1). 7th for O'Leary, 2nd in as many nights. Red Sox win it 14-4. Gilkey did okay in his debut. Signed earlier in the day as a free agent, came a triple shy of the cycle. He was hitting just .110 in the 38 games for Arizona before being let free. This was his first ever American League game. Tim Wakefield won his 2nd straight start since moving out of the bullpen.
Start on Thursday. Top 2nd, 1 out. Cologne, Brad Fulmer. He missed. 5 straight strikeouts to start the game for Cologne. Bottom 6, 1 on. Indians trailing 4-1. Russell Branyan turned this guy off. 2nd homer of the day. That one on Frank Castillo. Branyan's 10th of the year. Indians now trailing 4-3. Bottom 7 runner on Richie Sexson. And Tony Batista, booty, booty, booty. So much for that potential double play. Next batter, Enrique Wilson, lays it down. Frascatore bounding off the mound, but throws it into left field. E1. Jim Thome, he has high socks, comes in to score it at 4-4. Same inning, Kenny Lofton. This is the real damage here. He's going to get in the gap. He'll get a double out of that. Sexton, Wilson will score. The Tribe goes up 6-4. Same inning, Indians now 7-4. How about we add to this one a little bit? Omar Vizquel, one of his 2 hits and 5 trips, going to produce 2 ribs. 9 runs on 9 hits for the Indians, and they win the game. 9-4. Indians 6 runs in the 7th, all unearned because of 3 errors. The Jays finished with 4 in the game.
Jose Valentin, home run. White Sox going back-to-back to open a game for the first time since 1937 after Maglio Ordonez Makes it 3-0 in the first. The Royals pitching coach is stressing out a bit. Sox are up 4-1. Johnny Damon, though, helps out in the second. Brings in 3 runs to tie. We're tied at 4. Dave McCarty, that's a double, scores a run. 6-4 Kansas City. Discussion time. 4th inning. Paul Konerko, he doubles. Sox trail it 7-5. More discussion. 5th inning. Mark Quinn over a fence. His 10th, though not in this game, for that would be a record. 9-6 Kansas City. Okay, so the Royals put an end to Chicago's 12-game road win streak in this. That streak was the longest in baseball since the 1984 Detroit team, which won 17 in a row on the road. Kansas City's 4-1 against Chicago, and Chicago's good or something.
Reds, Redbirds, the gap is widening in the NL Central. Busch Stadium, and that guy, he's the spirit of St. Louis. Bottom first, Ron Vallone. Second batter of the day, Sean Dunston. Slow roller. Vallone, yeah, a little too hot for Sean Casey to handle. Man on first, 1 out instead of no one on and 2 outs. Jim Edmonds comes up. That makes it a costly error by Casey. Edmonds, that's into a bullpen. Good distance. St. Louis leads a 2-zip on Edmonds' 23rd. 2 out, and they walk the pitcher. Vallone, that is not good. Now the bases are loaded. Edgar Renteria batting next. He gets good wood on it. This is going to stay in the park at least for 1 hop. Ground rule double, 2-run score. Vallone gone after 2/3 of an inning. 6 runs allowed, but just 1 earned. Scott Williamson pitching bottom third, 1 out. Edmonds at bat. Haven't we seen this before? Yeah, like 23 other times. His 10th multi-homer game of his career, 24 on the year. St. Louis leads at 10-2. Next batter, Mark McGwire. 5 homers on the 4th of July, most by any active big leaguer. And how about number 6? Not with Ken Griffey Jr. patrolling out there. Hauls it in. McGwire, there would be no number 31 on this day. Keith McDonald, first major league at bat. Just a call up from Memphis. Backup catcher, getting some time in a blowout game. And how about that? First major league at bat, first major league homer. He's now hitting 1. Cardinals win 14-3. Andy Bennis gets his 5th straight win. This season, the Cards have scored 68 runs in his 9 wins, just 3 total in his 3 losses. Edmonds, he owns Cincy pitching.
Remember, the Constitution protects the pursuit of happiness. It's not an egalitarian society. In sharp contrast, a study in the reality of the haves and the haves-not was illustrated in our national pastime on Tuesday, though some people do believe that football is the national pastime. Here we go to the game. Got the Diamondbacks and the Astros. We are in the first. Unit. Cade 13 Houston players last time he met him. He gets Julio Lugo to go away there. Moises Alou lines the shot to short. Tony Womack going up. Johnson goes 6 innings, finished with 8 Ks. In the third, Jose Lima facing Johnson. Came in as a 188 hitter. Johnson gives it up. Lima trying to avoid his 13th loss. 3 batters later, 2 on, 2 out. Luis Gonzalez, the base hit. Tony Womack's coming to score. Alou unable to get to that short fly. You'll hear more about that. 1-0 the Diamondbacks. Lima would walk in and run his 2-zip. The bullpen's up, bases loaded. Jason Conti going to right. The bases are being cleared. Chula, 5-0 Arizona. And Lima beginning to unravel. Their next batter is Damian Miller. Took a while to develop. And he hits it over some fencing that they've set up in the outfield. 2-run home run. That is his 7th. Lima, 7-zip against him, all with 2 out after the inning, yelling at everyone and anyone. Going back to what he's yelling about, Luis Gonzalez at bat was still scoreless in the 3rd. Moises Alou a bit deep, couldn't come in on that. And that was the cause of Lima being so upset afterward. The Astros are not well right now, not well at all. Diamondbacks win this by a count of 10-4. Unit, though, is 13-2. That's the 2nd most wins in the majors to David Wells, who has 14. Johnson allowed his first homer this year with a man on base. 6 innings matched his shortest work of the season, which accounts for why he had just 8 Ks.
Up, Cubs leading 4-2, and Girardi thinks he's got himself a base hit, but no, Brian Giles is giving effort, and effort is the key to success. Top 9, Jason Kendall. A year ago on July 4th, Kendall blew up his ankle, and the season was over. He had a better day here. Off Rick Aguilera with a runner on. They were down 4-3, and just like that, they're up 5-4, 7th of the year for Kendall. Will Cordero, next batter. He was 0 for 15, then he got a fat one. That's over the Ivy. Just 11th, and the Pirates up 6-4. Still in the 9th. Pat Mears wants a little some of that. These are very friendly confines for the Buccos. 3-run shot. Pirates sent 11 batters to the plate, score 7 runs in the 9th. Pirates win it 10-4. That's a strong finish. Sosa 1 for 3 with a run scored. Aguilar.
This time the Mariners in Anaheim against the Angels. 4-1 Angels on top of the first place team, and Benji Gill going deep to center, but Mike Cameron going back like Ken Griffey's son and making a play. Score remains 4-1 Angels. We're in the 6th, 4-2 Angels. Loaded up for John Olerud. Ken Bodfield throwing, and Olerud hit that well. To center, 1 bounce, and over. Ground rule double, tie game. Mariners had a run on a David Bell single. Just giving you like information for foreshadowing. 5-4 Mariners. Adam Kennedy's to bat. Troy Gloss at first. And Kennedy going to right center. Cameron, Stan Javier, one of them should have it. Boat! Neither got it. No communication. Runners at second and third, 2 out. The Mariners starter, Gil Mesh, saddened by it all. Still in the bottom of the 6th. 5-4 Mariners. Jose Paniagua to Benji Gill. It got away. Back to the backstop. Gil Mesh even more upset. It's a 5-5 game. It's 5-5 in the 7th now. Alex Rodriguez batting. Banya's on first. Rodriguez bounces to Benji Gill. The flip for 2. Inning still alive. It might have looked like Mo Vaughn had the out. Next batter, Edgar Martinez. A good hitter. Laces it down the line. Rodriguez waved home from first. And close at the plate. The relay skipping past. He's safe. The Mariners go into the lead 6-5. Now bottom 8, 6-5. Joe Table to Adam Kennedy with 1 out. And it's hit quite far. Into the bleachers, 7-6 Angels. 2nd homer of the game for Kennedy. 6 on the year. Kennedy goes 3 for 4, 4 RBI. First career multi-homer game. Olerud 2 RBI. He's driven in 9 runs in his last 3 games against Anaheim. Seattle, a loser for the 6th time in 24 games. Still in first, though. The Athletics and the Rangers. First inning. Man on for Ben Grieve. Grieve going far. And with this, he ties his father for 905th on the all-time home run list. 65 apiece. 5-4 Rangers. Ivan Rodriguez rips that. Man scores. 6-4 Rangers. 2 RBI. The AL All-Star leading vote getter. 6th inning, 7-7. Rafi Palmeiro goes to center. Honks it off the wall. Make that. Honks it over the wall. Rangers take the lead 9-7. Add an empty netter and light off fireworks. Ben Grieve, we already talked about him. I want up 1-0. Adrian Beltre, he's your batter. And he is going deep to left. Al Martin wants this. Back to the wall. When have you seen a play like that? Just before the commercial. Good catch. 4th inning. Tied at 2. Chan Ho Park's thrown to Ruben Rivera. And that one is going to the corner. Brett Boone will come and score. Padres lead it 3-2. Rivera, 2 RBI in this baseball game. We're in the 5th. Father's up 3-2. Runner at first. Corey Dahan, he doubles to right. Sean Green whips it to 3rd, but it's off the mark a bit. Up into the stands. Matt Clement comes all the way from first. Green's 3rd error of the year. Clement, he was going well. Chad Kruger, wiffle ball at Kurz. And then the next victim also. Beltre, he's leaving. That's more beer for us. We're in the 8th. Mark Grisolanic couldn't get that either. Clement, 8 1/3, just gives up 4 hits, 1 earned run. Missed out on his first ever complete game, but he did move to the good side of 500, 8-7.
We start with the 2nd game first. It was not a rainout. Eventually they fixed the broken pipe there in the warning track. Bottom of the 1st, 1 out, no score. Scott Carl to Marvin Bernard. How about Nefi Perez? Bare hands and a laser. We have no score. Out at first. Top 4th, 1 out, 2 on. Mark Gardner pitching well, but Jeffrey, Howard, Cirillo getting his house right now. Grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. Gardner out of a jam. Bottom 4. Scott Carl, Jeff Kent. He's going to be an all-star. That looks like it's harmlessly out of play, but Jeffrey Hammonds continues to pursue. And then, wait, curveball. He gets it. Nice play. Still no score. 2 batters later, it's JT Snow. He had only 1 knock in the game, but it was a big one. Cheap seats, 2-run homer, 2-0 Giants. Top 6, 2 on, 1 out, still 2-zip. Gardner again in a jam. Hammond, though, right there is Ramon E. Martinez, and then the double off at second. Giants going to win it by a count of 3-0. Gardner, 7 shutout innings. He wins for the first time since May 31st, which just happens to be the last time he started. Rob Nanna's 200th career save. Colorado continues to have trouble hitting on the road. Giants-Rockies first stage, or the prologue or whatever. Barry Bonds didn't play, stress fracture in his right thumb. Livan Hernandez facing Tom Goodwin, swinging. Goodwin, though, a little revenge out in the field. Bobby Estalella thinks he's got something special going on, but Goodwin is there to make the grab. Defense saves runs. Remember that, kids. Top 5 still 1-zip San Francisco, 2 out. Masato Yoshii hits one up the middle, and Jeff Kent. 80 ribbies and a glove to go with it. Kent stout. Hernandez no-hitter through 5. Top 6 facing Goodwin again. And he should have been swinging with a number 2 pencil. 3rd straight strikeout, no-hitter through 6. Bottom 3 bases chucked. And how about Levi? Little base hit there. Scores JT Snow. It's 4-0 Giants. Hernandez 2 for 4, making up his own run support, which is nice. Top 7, Todd Helton, 394 hitter. 394. There goes the no-hitter. Little single. 109th hit of the season for Helton. Hernandez still, though, leading 4-0. Now it's 4-1. Jeff Cirillo. Little chopper. And how about Hernandez? We've seen him pitch, seen him hit, now we see him field. He's a 3-tool player. Giants win at 4-1. Hernandez an out shy of a complete game. Rob Nen handles that chore. Career save number 199. And not only did Hernandez pitch the gem, but he also stretched his hitting streak to 7 games, longest by a pitcher since Pedro Astacio had an 8-game streak last season. He's hitting .295, which is swell. Rocks 1 run in 18 innings on Tuesday.
David Cohn against Mike Bordick, the Mainer. He hits it far. His 14th career home run of the year. That's a career high. 1-0 the Orioles. Now bottom of 5, 2 outs, 4-2 Orioles. Scott Erickson against Chuck Knobloch. Takes it to left. B.J. Surhoff's after it. Got to go up and yank it in if he's going to get it. He did. Take another look to see how Nova Scotian women, 18-26, feel. They think he got up. 6th inning, 2 on, 2 out, 4-2 Orioles. Cohn against Mark Lewis. And he hit it far, 3-run dong. First of the year, media pressure will be intense for his second. Cohn's finished, 7-2 lead. Now it's 7-5 the Orioles. Derek Jeter doubles off Mike Trombley. Knobloch comes to score. 7-6 baseball game when he comes in. Orioles bullpen giving up some ground here. Next hitter, Paul O'Neill. Didn't hit it far, goes to second. Lewis makes the play. And the Orioles win it by a count of 7-6. David Cohn not going well at all. He's lost 5 in a row. The first, Bobby Higginson. 2 runners on. All this land is mine for as far as the ball shall travel. His 17th 3-run dong. 3-0 the Tigers. Now it's 5-0 Debbie Cruz against Tanyan Sturt. 2 on. Yet another 3-run home run. His 5th homer of the season. 8-zip. Tigers seem to have this thing. Sturt's not doing so well. He will receive a certificate of participation. Tigers win it 11-0. Tigers 19-12 since June 1st.